Let's begin with something honest. You say you're fine. You tell your friends you've accepted it. You try to act unbothered, but late at night you still check your phone. You still wonder if she'll text first. You still hope she feels something. And here's the uncomfortable truth. As long as you're silently waiting, the dynamic hasn't changed. Breakups are rarely just about arguments, incompatibility, or timing. Most of the time, they are about perception. At some point, her internal calculation shifted. The emotional value of staying no longer felt higher than the possibility of something better. That shift didn't happen overnight, and it didn't happen randomly. This is where most men go wrong. They focus on convincing her, explaining, proving, replaying the relationship in long emotional messages. They try to show how deeply they care. But regret is not triggered by persuasion. It's triggered by contrast. Not by how much you feel, but by what changes after you're gone. If you're serious about turning this around, the goal is not to beg for another chance. The goal is to rebuild yourself in a way that shifts perception entirely. Because the real power move after a breakup isn't chasing. It's transforming so completely that whether she comes back or not, you're no longer the same man she walked away from. Let's remove emotion for a moment and look at this clearly. She didn't leave simply because she was unhappy. She left because at some point, her internal calculation changed. Attraction is not sustained by love alone. It is sustained by perceived value, emotional stimulation, and respect. When the perceived value of staying drops below the perceived possibility of something better, the dynamic shifts. That doesn't mean you were a bad partner. It means something in the energy changed. Maybe you became overly available. Maybe your world started revolving around her. Maybe you reacted emotionally instead of responding calmly. Maybe the mystery faded and predictability replaced polarity. When a man becomes completely accessible, emotionally, mentally, socially, he becomes constant. And constants don't create tension. Human psychology is wired for contrast. We respond to anticipation, to novelty, to emotional movement. Stability is important, but stability without growth or edge can start to feel flat. When the relationship becomes emotionally predictable, even if it's comfortable, the mind begins scanning for stimulation elsewhere. Not always another person immediately, but another possibility. Here's another difficult truth. People rarely leave when they feel they have no options. They leave when they believe they do. If she sensed you wouldn't walk away, that you needed her more than she needed you, or that you would remain emotionally available regardless of her behavior, the leverage shifted. And when leverage shifts consistently in one direction, attraction often weakens. This is where many men fall into resentment. I treated her well. I was loyal. I gave everything. Those are strong qualities, but being a good man does not automatically maintain attraction. Attraction requires strength, self-respect, and continued growth. If you stay in a victim mindset, you chase. If you chase, you confirm her certainty. And once certainty sets in, regret becomes unlikely. Before anything can change externally, something must shift internally. You must stop trying to prove your worth and start rebuilding your position. This is where the real shift begins. When I say cut off the supply, I'm not just talking about stopping texts. I'm talking about removing emotional access. Right now, even after the breakup, you may still be giving her something. Immediate replies, quiet validation through story views, checking in just to see how she is, responding warmly to cold energy. Every one of those actions communicates the same message. I'm still here. You still have me. And as long as she feels that, she doesn't feel the loss. Human psychology responds strongly to scarcity. What is always available fades into the background. What becomes uncertain pulls attention forward. When you were together, your attention was predictable. After the breakup, she likely still expects some version of that pattern, maybe reduced, maybe colder, but still present. When that pattern suddenly disappears, the brain looks for explanation. Why isn't he reacting? Why hasn't he reached out? Why does he seem unaffected? That's when curiosity begins. Cutting off the supply means no unnecessary messages, no emotional paragraphs, no subtle attempts to remind her of memories, no passive monitoring of her social media, no indirect contact through mutual friends, and most importantly, no emotional reactions. This is not about playing games, it's about restoring self-respect. When someone ends a relationship, the power dynamic naturally tilts in their favor. They made a decision, the other person reacts. Most men reinforce that imbalance by protesting, negotiating, or expressing visible distress. But when you respond with calm detachment instead of panic, the dynamic shifts. Expectation gets disrupted. If she expected you to chase and you don't, if she expected emotional intensity and you remain composed, if she expected access and you become unavailable, uncertainty replaces certainty, and uncertainty reopens attention. However, and this is critical, silence must be genuine. If you stop texting but secretly monitor her every move, ask mutual friends about her weekly, or obsess over her online status, you're not detached. You're just quiet on the surface. Real no contact is internal discipline. You don't announce it, you don't dramatize it, you don't block her to provoke a reaction, you simply redirect your energy. The man who can walk away without noise regains leverage, because when your attention is no longer guaranteed, its value increases. Cutting off the supply is the foundation. Without it, nothing else works. With it, the psychological reset begins, not because you're manipulating her, but because you finally stopped giving away access to someone who chose to leave. Silence creates space. Growth creates impact. Cutting off contact may disrupt her certainty, but if nothing about you actually changes, the effect will be temporary. Mystery without substance fades. Curiosity without contrast disappears. This is where real transformation begins. If she left believing she could do better, the only meaningful response is elevation, not explanation. Start with your physical discipline. This isn't about revenge fitness or superficial appearance, it's about identity. When you train consistently, something deeper changes. Your posture improves, your eye contact strengthens, your energy stabilizes, you carry yourself differently. Discipline in the body builds discipline in the mind. You begin keeping promises to yourself again. Next, emotional regulation. Right now, if her name on your screen can destabilize your entire mood, you are still externally controlled. Emotional strength does not mean suppression, it means control. Responding instead of reacting, thinking instead of spiraling, holding composure instead of seeking reassurance. Read more, build skills, take on challenges that stretch you. When your life becomes mission-oriented, you stop obsessing over one person's opinion of you. A man with direction is magnetic because he is internally anchored. Now let's talk about ambition and finances, not from a shallow perspective, but from a positioning standpoint. Growth in your career or business signals upward movement. It reflects foresight, responsibility, and stability. Whether consciously or subconsciously, upward momentum changes how you are perceived socially. Men who are building something meaningful are rare. Men who stay disciplined when emotionally hurt are rarer. Men who transform pain into progress stand out. This is where the comparison shifts. When she observes, directly or indirectly, that you are physically sharper, emotionally calmer, socially engaged, professionally progressing. She doesn't just see improvement, she sees a version of you she never experienced. And that creates contrast. Contrast is powerful. It forces reevaluation. Did I underestimate him? Did I walk away too early? Is he becoming something I didn't see? But here's the most important warning. If you improve only to trigger her regret, your growth is fragile. The moment she reaches out, you'll emotionally collapse back into old patterns. The moment she validates you, your discipline fades. That's not strength. That's dependency disguised as ambition. True leverage comes from indifference, backed by undeniable progress. You don't post to make her notice. You don't glow up to send a message. You don't build success as a performance. You build because you refuse to stay stagnant. The shift that matters most is internal. When you stop asking, how do I make her regret losing me? And start asking, how far can I elevate myself from this point? Everything changes. Now you're no longer reacting to her decision. You're redefining your trajectory. And if she notices, that's secondary. Because the real power isn't that she sees you rising. It's that you rise whether she's watching or not. Now we address the part most men misunderstand. Rinse and replace does not mean rushing into a rebound. It does not mean using another woman to numb unresolved pain. And it definitely does not mean performing happiness to provoke jealousy. It means cleansing attachment and replacing stagnation with forward motion. Before you expand your options, you must heal enough that you no longer need her to feel whole. If you're still emotionally dependent, any new connection will be fragile. You'll compare, you'll project, you'll look for validation instead of compatibility. Heal first, then expand. When you've cut off supply and genuinely upgraded yourself, something natural happens. Your posture changes, your conversations change, your energy changes. And because of that, your options increase. Options shift power. There's a psychological principle often called pre-selection. People are naturally more attentive to someone who is socially desired by others. It signals value. It reduces perceived risk. It suggests hidden qualities worth exploring. When she sees, directly or indirectly, that other women respond positively to you, something subtle shifts in her internal narrative. If others see value in him, maybe I misjudged. But here's the difference between strength and insecurity. Insecurity flaunts. Strength lives. If you start posting strategically to trigger jealousy, it feels forced. If you exaggerate your social life just to get a reaction, it communicates that you still care too much about her perception. Confidence is quiet. When you're genuinely engaging with new people, building new experiences, and expanding your world without emotional baggage, you become scarce again. You are no longer a guaranteed fallback. You are no longer emotionally parked in the same place she left you. Whether she returns or not becomes irrelevant because you're moving forward either way. That's what rinse and replace truly means. Not replacing her out of bitterness, replacing the old version of yourself with a stronger one, and allowing life to expand beyond what you thought was your only option. If you execute everything properly, the silence, the growth, the expansion, there is a real possibility she reaches out. But understand this clearly. When she comes back, it will rarely be dramatic. It won't usually be, I made a mistake, take me back. It will be subtle. A casual, hey, how have you been? A memory resurfaced. A light check-in. A small opening to test your temperature. This is the moment where the entire dynamic is revealed. Old you would feel relief, excitement, urgency. Old you would overinvest immediately, but if you've truly evolved, you won't react. You'll assess. You won't reward her just for reappearing. You won't collapse into availability. You won't rush to recreate the old pattern. Instead, you ask, has she grown? Has she reflected? Has she changed the behaviors that caused the fracture? Or is she simply revisiting comfort because you feel safe again? This is the power reversal. You are no longer the man chasing reassurance. You are the man evaluating alignment. And if she hasn't evolved, you have the strength to walk away calmly. If she has evolved, then the reconnection happens from equality, not imbalance. And if she never returns, you still win. Because the real objective was never to force regret. It was to become so grounded, so disciplined, and so self-contained that her decision no longer controls your emotional state. That's true leverage, not getting her back, but no longer needing to. Let's bring everything back to clarity. You do not create regret through pleading. You do not create it through emotional speeches. You do not create it by proving how deeply you feel. Regret is not triggered by desperation. It is triggered by contrast. 3 moves. That's it. Cut off the supply. Remove emotional access. Restore your self-respect. Disrupt certainty. Become exceptional. Upgrade your body. Strengthen your mind. Build your mission. Shift your position. Rinse and replace. Heal. Expand your options. Replace attachment with evolution. Absence creates curiosity. Growth creates comparison. Options create leverage. But here's the truth. Most men overlook. The real win is not her regret. It's your transformation. You cannot control whether she reconsiders. You cannot control whether she reaches out. You cannot control how long it takes for perception to shift. What you can control is who you become after the loss. And when you become stronger, calmer, more disciplined, and emotionally grounded, something powerful happens. You stop chasing validation. You stop negotiating for attention. You stop collapsing when someone walks away. The greatest revenge is not anger. It's emotional indifference backed by undeniable growth. Pain will either shrink you or refine you. Choose refinement.